Hey, what is up everybody? Jay here, back with another video. Thought I would do a quick walk around for y'all on my 2019 Yamaha MT09 and just kind of do a rundown on all the modifications that I have done. Mostly because I've been seeing a lot of questions lately from people on my other videos asking me, what kind of windscreen I have, what kind of steering dampener, mirrors, etc, etc. So I thought I'd make this video to hopefully answer any other questions anybody might have about what I have done. I'll also make a very similar video to this on the R3 because I get a lot of questions on that bike as well. So to start things off, the windscreen, guys, is an MRA Racing windscreen. I know it doesn't look like much, but it definitely helps a lot with the wind, especially on the interstate. So if you guys have an MT09 and you're looking for something that's not, huge, that'll help reduce a little bit of that wind on you, especially at higher speeds, definitely check this out. Now I also have this Rizoma windscreen for the MT09, but I don't really use it. I put it on a couple times. It's not, I wouldn't even call it a windscreen. It doesn't really do anything to deflect wind. It's just more of an aesthetics thing. Because the MT09 kind of looks a little funny without anything there, so this definitely helps clean it up a lot. So that's also an option you guys could look at if you don't want a full-blown windscreen and you just want something to clean up the front end of that bike. I do think that these are a little pricey, so I'm sure there's a lot better options than this out there, but I like it. Once the weather warms up a little bit more here, I'll probably put it back on. All right, so my handlebar mirrors, these are some cheap mirrors I bought off Amazon. They are Kemimoto. I was actually pretty impressed by the finish and the fit of these. They're actually made really well. The finish doesn't seem too bad either. For 35 bucks, you can't go wrong. And I definitely prefer the way that these look compared to the factory mirrors. These mirrors also, it might be kind of hard to tell in the video, but you can kind of see there's a blue tint on the mirror glass. It's kind of that tint they put on car rear views and side mirrors to help with bright headlights. It's kind of weird looking through them at first, especially during the day because everything's got a blue tint in your rearview mirror. But at night, they definitely help a lot. All right, my steering dampener, again, just another cheap part I bought off eBay. It was pretty cheap compared to a lot of the other steering dampeners out there. The one I was initially looking at for this bike was like $500. This one was actually like 70 bucks, and it's from FXCNC Racing. You can find them all over Amazon. They come in a bunch of different colors too. The build quality is actually really nice. Installing it was super easy. And the only reason why I bought this was because, not that I go over 100 very often, but when I first bought the bike, I noticed sometimes when I would start accelerating up past 100, I would get this kind of shudder in the handlebars. I wasn't quite sure what was causing it. I didn't know if it was just the speed or what, but ever since putting one of these on, that I don't experience that at all. And this thing's been up to about 130, and I've never had an issue with any kind of negative feedback in the handlebars. All right, guys, now staying up here towards the front of the bike still are my, these are TST Industries Mech-GTR Halo turn signals. This little halo light that comes on with their which is kind of like your daytime running light, doesn't come with these turn signals. You have to buy them extra. I think it's like an extra 20 bucks to add the halos, and they have different colors. But I'm sure you guys know what the factory blinkers look like on the MT09, and they're big, orange, and hideous, so I was super happy once I got rid of these. And let me just turn that on so you guys could see. And there you go. Once you turn the blinker on, the halo shuts off and then they blink. As you can see, it's daylight and these are still super bright. And while we are on lights, I'm just going to move back here and show you guys the TST Industries Integrated Tailight with blinker. This is the clear version. They do have a smoked one. Again, these do have blinkers built in, so no need for the big giant pumpkin blinker lights hanging off the sides that come factory on the bike. All right, guys, and this is what the blinker looks like in action. Now, the blink function, the way it blinks, the pattern it blinks, guys, that is programmable, as well as how your brake lights react when you hit the brake. That function is also programmable as well. And that's how they look with the hazards blinking. Let me set this camera down, guys, so you guys can see what the brake lights look like when you hit the brake. So the way I have those programmed is when you hit the brakes, they blink real fast and go solid. There's a few different other options, but that's the way I have this one set up. Coming back to the handlebars, these are Womet-Tech Evo Shorty levers. They are fully adjustable, and they're actually machined very well, really good finish. Womet-Tech makes some really good quality parts. I also have a video on how to install these and what to expect as far as adjustability and travel. compared to the factory ones. So if you're interested in these, check out that video. And like I was saying, Womet-Tech makes some really good quality parts. TST Industries on their website has like a crash package of like sliders and spool swing arm sliders and handlebar ends that they sell as a kit on their website. It has the crash protection and the sliders here for the front fork, for the handlebar ends, the swing arm spools, and then the kit also came with frame sliders that stick out and get installed here. I just never put them on because you kind of have to trim this fairing to put them on, and I haven't brought myself to cut this fairing yet. I mean, I'm gonna eventually put those on, but for right now, I'm going to leave them off. And for those of you guys that own an MT09 or have been looking at them, I'm sure you noticed that on them, they come factory with this big ugly fender that comes off the rear swing arm. It comes up, and then it's got this license plate holder that comes over the rear wheel. It's pretty big, ugly, and just, I don't think anybody really likes the way that looks. There's a lot of options you can do to get rid of it. I chose the TST Industries Tail Fender Eliminator kit, which comes with this block right here to plug into where that arm mounts that holds the license plate bracket. That kit also comes with a new license plate holder, and you can choose an option to have the license plate mounted here. There's another option to have it mounted here. So I chose like the low mounting position. It does come with the license plate light as well. All right, and while I'm right here, I'm just gonna move over to the quick shifter that I have. This is a Yamaha Racing quick shifter. I also have a video on how to install that, so check that out if you guys get one of these. The nice thing about this quick shifter is you're still able to shift normally with the quick shifter function activated if you want to. I usually don't, but you can. The bike won't act weird if you try and shift normally. And this is my favorite mod that I have done to the bike, and that is the exhaust. It is an akrapovic, however you say it. It's the carbon racing exhaust. This cross-plane 3 motor that Yamaha put on this sounds amazing with this exhaust. So that's my favorite mod on this bike, is the exhaust. I initially did really want to get the titanium one that mounts down low. However, these can be found on sale all over the place for like $750, $800. And the titanium one that mounts down low that doesn't quite have as long of a exhaust pipe, those tend to be a lot more, around like $1,100, $1,200, $1,300. And this still sounds pretty amazing and looks great too. And with the exhaust, I do have a Power Commander 5 installed, so if any of you guys were wondering about that, I do have that installed, and I downloaded one of the preset maps from DynoJet's website. There's actually a map on there for this exhaust with a factory air filter, so that's the one I have installed on the Power Commander right now. All right, another one of my favorite mods is this. This is a Yamaha branded comfort seat. If you guys plan on doing any, extended riding, or you just spend a lot of time on your motorcycles, I highly recommend getting this seat. I think visually it's definitely a lot better looking than the factory seat. At first, I wasn't too sure about it when I bought it because it was actually kind of uncomfortable at first. It was really stiff, wasn't what I thought it would be, but you got to break it in. The more I ride the bike, the more I sit on the seat, the more it gets broken in, the more comfortable it gets. This seat is now, as much as I've been riding, it's way comfortable. It's a lot better than the factory seat, and I'm able to go a lot further and ride a lot longer without getting any serious butt cramps or leg cramps or anything like that. This seat is great. And then up here on the tank, guys, these are Tech Spec snakeskin tank pads. Definitely help a lot with grip, especially when you're trying to squeeze the tank with your thighs. You're trying to get deep into a turn. These help out a lot. All right, guys, so that pretty much wraps it up. If you guys see anything on the motorcycle that I didn't cover, please, drop a comment below. Let me know. I try and answer as many questions as I can. Also, check the description box. I'll put a list of everything I got. I'm not going to put any prices next to everything. Just if you guys are going to buy any of these parts or just any parts in general for your motorcycle, make sure you shop around. I typically buy everything from Revzilla or TST Industries. And if you didn't know, Revzilla does price match, and they do the Revzilla bucks, which is why I always pretty much just buy from Revzilla. As long as what you're looking at is sold by another US company, Revzilla will match it. Most of what I got came from Revzilla or TST Industries. But that's it, guys. Yeah, questions, comments, drop them below. If you guys found the video helpful, you liked it, whatever, give me a thumbs up. And then that's it. I'll do a quick exhaust sound sample for you guys, see if I can get some flames shooting. But other than that, guys, y'all have a great day. Peace.